Welcome to Emotions and Stories. Our today's story is about nervousness of something which can turn into something beautiful or a total disaster. So let's see which is it gonna be. The name of the story is The Perfect First Date. Breathe, Arjun, breathe, he muttered to himself, relentlessly pacing his bedroom. His heart was pounding and his palms were clammy. The clock on the wall kept ticking, a constant reminder that the evening he had been both dreading about and dreaming was inching closer. Arjun was about to go on his first date with Riya, a girl he had been smitten for months. They had met at a mutual friend's party, and since then, her smile, her laugh, and her effortless charm had occupied a permanent spot in his mind. When she agreed to go out with him, he had been overjoyed. But as the date approached, joy gave way to anxiety. What if I mess this up? He thought. What if she realizes I'm not as interesting as she thinks? These thoughts had been going on and on in Arjun's mind for almost a week. And finally, it was one night before his date with Riya. Arjun had spent hours researching the best places in the city, a cozy cafe or a lively restaurant, or maybe an outdoor sitting with a view, or maybe a karaoke bar where we'll have something to do, some activity to help carry the evening. What should I book? After much deliberation, he settled on a charming little cafe that served great food and had a quite romantic vibe. He planned his outfit meticulously, trying on every shirt he owned before settling on a crisp white shirt and dark jeans. His friends had teased him endlessly during their group chats. "Bro, it's just a date, not a wedding," said Rohan. "Yeah, but she's special. I don't want to mess it up," replied Arjun. "Relax, man. Just be yourself. You've got this," added Samir. Their encouragement had helped a little, but as the hours ticked by, Arjun's nervousness only grew. When the day finally arrived, Arjun woke up with a nervous energy that refused to subside. He tried to distract himself. He watched TV, played a video game. He even attempted yoga and tried meditating by Googling how to calm pre-date nerves. But nothing worked. By late afternoon, his nervousness and anxiety had hit its peak. His mind was racing with all the worst case scenarios possible. What if I spill the food on myself? Or forget her favorite drink she had mentioned at the party? What if there's an awkward silence? He picked up his phone to cancel the date several times, but each time he stopped himself. He couldn't let his nerves win. As the time neared, Arjun stood in front of the mirror, giving himself all the pep talk possible. "You're looking good. You're confident. You're not going to embarrass yourself." While he was saying all this, his mom peeked into the room, smiling knowingly. "Big night, huh?" Arjun groaned. "Mom, please, don't make it worse." She laughed. "Just remember, she probably might be just as nervous as you are. So be kind, be yourself, and don't overthink it." Her words gave him a small measure of comfort. And finally, he reached the cafe where he found Riya already waiting for him. She looked effortlessly stunning in a blue dress, her hair falling in loose waves. Arjun felt his breath hitch as he walked towards the table. "Hey," he said, trying to sound casual. "I hope I didn't keep you waiting long." Riya smiled. "Not at all. I just got here." They ordered their drinks and the conversation started smoothly enough. They talked about work, movies, mutual friends. Riya laughed at his jokes and Arjun started to feel a bit relaxed. Just a bit. But then the dreaded awkward silence arrived. And Arjun started panicking. His mind went absolutely blank. What should he say? Should he comment about her earrings? Ask her about her favorite book? Every potential topic seemed to be either too boring or too personal. So, how's work?" he blurted out. Riya blinked and then smiled politely. "It's good, busy as usual." Another pause. Arjun could almost hear his inner critic screaming, "You're blowing it, you're blowing it." Sensing his nerves, Riya leaned in slightly. "Arjun, are you nervous?" Arjun froze. "What? Me? No. Why would I be nervous?" She laughed softly. "Because I am. First dates can be scary." Her honesty caught him off guard. "You are?" "Of course," she said. "I mean, what if you think I'm too boring or too talkative?" Arjun smiled for the first time that evening. "Not a chance. You are just amazing." Her cheeks turned slightly pink and she laughed. "Thanks. But you don't have to try so hard. I already like you." Arjun felt a wave of relief wash over him. You do?" She nodded. I wouldn't be here if I didn't." With that reassurance, the evening took on a new rhythm. Arjun finally let go of his nervousness and anxiety and allowed himself to be present. They discovered they shared a lot of passions like books, photography, and a mutual love for sunsets. Riya told him about her dream to travel to Iceland to see the northern lights. Arjun shared his childhood memories of road trips with his family. Laughter started flowing freely between them, and the cafe's warm atmosphere seemed to mirror the connection forming between them. At one point, Riya said, "You're really easy to talk to." Arjun grinned. "I could say the same thing about you." But by the time they finished dinner, Arjun felt that his nervousness was all for nothing. As they left the cafe, Riya glanced at the sky. "The stars are beautiful tonight. Do you mind walking for a bit?" "Not at all," replied Arjun. They strolled along the quiet street, the cool night brushing against them. For the first time in the entire day, Arjun felt completely at ease. "Thank you," Riya said suddenly. "For what?" asked Arjun. For tonight, I had a wonderful time." Arjun looked at her and said, "So did I. And for the record, I was terrified I would ruin it." Riya started laughing. "Oh, you did not. Trust me, you didn't even come close to ruining it." They stopped at a small park, sitting on a bench under a canopy of trees. Arjun found himself wishing the night wouldn't end. When it was time to part ways, Arjun walked Riya to her car. "I'll text you when I reach home," said Riya. "Please do," replied Arjun. "And maybe we can do this again sometime?" Riya smiled at him. "I would like that." As she drove away, Arjun stood there for a moment. a smile tugging at his lips. The evening hadn't been perfect, it had been much more than that. And for the first time in weeks, he felt not just relief but happiness. Later that night, lying in bed, Arjun replayed the evening in his mind. His fears and doubts had been absolutely unfounded. There were awkward moments as he had imagined, but the connection he felt with Riya was so real. And he realized that what his mom had said about being himself and being present was all he needed for his date to be a perfect one with Riya. I hope you enjoyed today's story and do share if you have a story about being nervous for your first date. Thank you.